Aloha guys, Jontom here, and today we're gonna dive into some more ukulele tips and tricks. Today we're gonna teach you some practical tips in order to get you started and play some songs by ear without being connected to your smartphone every time, without looking at the right chords on Google. I mean, of course you can do it, but I believe it's pretty lame, especially considering that there is really some basic principles behind this. And please, just don't be depressed if for the first time. It's a nightmare, it's a living hell, alright? Before moving ahead, please make sure to subscribe, make sure to stay tuned to the channel. I'm gonna upload more consistent videos, and I'm sure you don't want to miss them. Okay, so what I'm teaching you here is not the official academical polite way to recognize chords. My goal here is to make your musical life easier. I don't want you to become sassy little bitches. I want you to play, alright? I want you to have fun on your uke. Let's just forget about all the concepts, because when I studied them, my mind was going to explode. I was literally asking to myself, is this what I want? I mean, is this gonna be my life? So no, okay, just leave them out. Let's start from the basics, the modes. We have a major and a minor mode. Where is the difference? How can we recognize a major chord from a minor chord? Let's have a listen to it. This is a C chord. When we play major chords, we usually don't call them major chords because we just play the chord, okay? A C, it is a C major, actually. You can ask to yourself, what is the mood behind this chord? What does it bring to the plate? What is it? This major chord, all the major chords have some bright side, okay? It's something like the Force, something like the Jedi. It is the good, it is the positive vibe flowing into your ukulele. So every time that you play a major chord, it's a shiny, happy, bright chord. On the other side, we have the Sith. We have Darth Vader. We have a dark and depressing chord. We have a sad chord, the minor mode. So every time that you play a minor chord, the situation goes moody, blue, sad, emo, shoegaze. Call it any way you want it. But this is a minor mode, and this is a major chord. And that's it. That's pretty much what we need, okay? You don't need to understand anything else. Major chord, minor chord. Now you have to understand the relations between each chord. There are certain types of chords that just work together. You don't need to browse for thousands of different chords. There are certain types of chords that just connect, they just click. In order to get you started, in order to understand which are the right chords, you need to understand the key of a song. So for example, let's have a look at Twist and Shout. 3 chords, it's all major. C. It is clear that the most important chord here is the C, because shake it up, baby, now it's the most important one. And then you have 2 other chords, the F and the G. These 2 chords, they work together, which means that you can even play the G before the F. They always work. Alright? These are the correlations between each chord. On a scale, on let's say the C scale, because we're playing a song in C, the right key is the C. You can find all the chords that belong to this scale, that they match. So for example, there are specific harmonies related to a chord. If we start a song in C, I would tell you that the next chord that is widely used is the A minor. So on the C scale, you just count up to 6 on the 6th note of the C scale, and you play it in minor, okay? C, A minor. Next, you're gonna find the 4th chord, the 4th grade of a scale, and you have an F, F major. And then you push the situation up to the limit with the 5th chord, with the G chord. This is a basic structure. C, A minor, F, and G, okay? 4 chords. Just try to remember them, because you will be amazed how many times they pop out in a lot of pop songs, country songs, bluegrass, folk, whatever. This is a widely acclaimed structure that is used all the time. So for example, let's have a look at another song. Okay, Blowing in the Wind, the old classic by Bob Dylan. C and F. C, F, G. See that? 1, 4, 5. The answer, my friend. Next, I guess that the situation gets a little bit sad. It's blowing in the wind, and here I'm using the minor chord. You see that? Because it's a little bit sad. It is darker here. The answer is blowing in the... And then I have to resolve the situation. I have to close it. I have to close the musical phrase. It's blowing in the wind. And then, this is the moment when we're playing the most important chord. The chord that is actually giving the key to the song, the C. Once you get that, it is really easy to find out the right chords once you're strumming. Just remember these 4 chords, alright? And when you're playing a song, if it's in C, you have to be, well, you can be confident that there is a high chance to find the F and the G shape, and also the A minor shape within the song. In my mind, I always tend to attach a shadow to these chords. If I play a major chord, I always think that there is a shadow of a major chord, because if I play that chord 1 tone and a half, so 3 semitones before, I have the relative chord in a minor mode. Okay, so we have the major chord, next we have to step back by 3 semitones, and then we can find the minor chord of this chord. So let's say that I want to play this chord in a sad way. So it's a C, I count 3 semitones before, so C, R, A. So we have the A minor, because it's a relative minor. Again, this is the way I think it, okay? I know that it's not polite, it's not correct to say that it is the relative, it's the way I can remember these chords. Let's call them the shadow chords, all right? We can figure it out. It's really not important in the name. I believe that it's important that you get the logic behind this. So for every C, there is an A minor going on the background. Let's just go ahead. For an F chord, again, we have a major chord. For an F chord, we can find out the minor shadow. So F, we count 3 semitones back. So F goes back to D minor. So this is the major mode to play this chord, and then we can find out the minor chord. They have pretty much the same harmony, but they are showing it in a different mode. Bright and sad. Let's just go ahead. The G chord. Okay? For a G chord, for a shiny, happy G chord, we can find out the sad G chord. We can call it this way. For a G chord, let's count back 3, and we have an A minor, E minor. All right. Now we have found 3 chords. Let's have a look at the latest one, because the latest one is a minor chord, the A minor. So what do? We have a minor chord, but we can find the major shadow. But actually, we already did it, because the A minor was the minor shadow for the C chord. So we just go in reverse, because if we have a minor chord, we can count forward by 3 semitones in order to find out the major chord. So A minor, count ahead, we just move ahead by 3, and we go up to the C. So we have C, A minor, F, D minor, G, E minor, and then A minor, C. Now, think about it. We have 8 chords. You have the somewhere over the rainbow chords, because it's C, E minor, F, and C. But if you want to prove, actually this E minor, you could even play the G chord. It works on a harmonic scale. It is, of course it is different, but it works. Okay, you're still in tune. Of course there's gonna be a different result, but still you're playing the right harmonies. The background changes a little bit because it's not sad anymore, it's brighter, and it still works. Actually, I think I've seen lots of people playing G chord instead of the E minor. Let's try to play what we discussed before, C, F, G, A minor, trying to embed these new chords. So it's C, D minor instead of F, and then we have E minor, and then we close it with the other chords, F, It is easy. You only have to get used to it and you have to practice. Of course, we're seeing it under the C key, but you can do it in all the different keys. So it applies for G, D, E, F, whatever, everything that you have in mind. You only need to do the calculation, you have to do some maths. So if you're raising up of one tone, C becomes D, F becomes G, G becomes A minor becomes B minor, and that's it. It is really not that complicated. If you need it, just take a notebook, write it down, +1, add 1, and you do all the rest. You can figure it out. Now, of course, the tricky part comes when you're listening to a song and you want to recognize the right chords. Maybe you have it on Spotify, you're playing over it, you find one chord, you just can't find the other ones. Okay, just pause it for a second, try the other chords that revolve around this one, and I'm sure that if your ear is used, you will probably recognize 1, 2 more, and then you can do the rest. It's all by ear. How do I develop my ear? Training. It's the simple thing. But in order to have a better training, try to be analytic once you listen to a song. Try to understand what is going on. Try to understand the chords. Try to understand the melodies. Try to replicate the melodies on the uke. Try to sing it, because even singing might help you out trying to find the right notes on your instrument. And this is it. Now, I'm sure it's gonna be a little bit complicated at first. I'm sure that some of you guys might have some questions, so please feel free to write it in the comments. I'll be happy to answer just in case you have any questions. And that's it. As soon as you master this idea, you will be definitely better, and you won't need the Wi-Fi password anymore, because at least you have one more weapon. Once you've been playing these structures probably at the 10th time, you already know where the song is going, and that is the ultimate goal, to understand where the song is going. Of course, there are many other things to keep in mind, but for now, just keep this information in your pocket. So again, thanks for watching. Until the next episode, aloha!